right, third grade, it is Tuesday, and I hope you had a great weekend. Today is lesson 4-7, and so I would like you to find in your workbook, page 229, and it says 4-7 at the top, but 229. So if you haven't found that yet, go ahead and pause me and go get it, okay? All right, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to assume that you paused me and went to get your work. So we are going to be doing some adding, some different addition methods, and there are some that we are used to, and then there are some new ones that are just other options, okay? So I'm going to show you today something called show all totals method. And I'm going to ask you to do today's work with using show all totals, but I have to let you know that, friends, not everybody is going to love this. Some of you are going to rock it and love this method. Every year I always have a couple of kids who just really think this is cool. And then I have a bunch of others that are like, nope, just let me have my normal way of new groups above method and the way we've been doing it all year. Don't mess with my brain. So I am totally fine with you being, you using one of our usual ways, but it is my job to show you some other ways because sometimes people think in different ways and they need different options, and it's just another tool in your toolbox, okay? So I am going to ask you to try it out today on 4 problems, okay? So show all totals method. So here's a problem that we're going to start with. So it's actually at the bottom of the page. Tanya and Mark collect seashells. Tanya has 249 shells and Mark has 386 shells. How many shells do they have in all? So today we're just going to focus on this method here. So I'm just going to show you how they did that. So they knew that since they have in all, they're going to be adding. So they took the 249 and they copied it right nicely. And 386 also copied it nicely and made sure that they aligned the ones value, the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. So that's nice there. So what's interesting about show all totals method is you're going to actually start from the left instead of the right, which is how we normally start. So they just want you to look at the hundreds. And so 200s plus 300s is 500. So you write 500 right there. And then you're going to go to the next value and you're going to say 4 tens plus 8 tens. So 40 plus 80 is 100. And so 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 tens. 12 tens is 120. And then 9 ones plus 6 ones equals 15. And they put that in there. And then they do their adding. 0 plus 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 2 plus 1 is 3. And 5 plus 1 is 6. So you get a total of 635. And you'll notice we did no new groups, no regrouping at all. Because we broke them down by going from the left to the right. Okay, so I do not suggest that if you're doing the new groups. But right now we're just focusing on show all totals. So let's do one together. So with your workbook here, we're going to read the problem, make sure we understand, make sense of the problem. Because today, again, we're just learning some new addition methods. So Elena made necklaces for her friends. She used 586 green beads and 349 red beads. How many beads did Elena use in all? So in all, so we're putting them together. So we are going to write our problem here, okay? So it says Elena made necklaces for her friends. She used 586. So I'm going to write 586 right there. And 349 red beads. So I'm going to make sure that all of my values line up nicely. So 349, okay? And I know that I'm adding because I'm putting them all together. So I'm going to start with that. All right, and so then I'm going to start with the left. So I'm going to say 500s and 300s makes 800. So I'm going to write 800 right below there. Okay, so go ahead and do that on your paper. Okay, and then I'm going to say 8 plus 4. And this is not just regular 8 plus 4. It's 8 tens plus 4 tens gives me 12 tens. Well, when I have 12 tens, I know that's really, 10 of those tens is really 100. So I'm going to write right there is 120 or 12 tens. And then I have 6 plus 9. There we go. So that 6 plus that 9 there is going to be 15. So I'm going to write my 15 right there. All right. Did you notice that some of these match. Oh, that's kind of funny. The 120 and the 15 match. All right, so here we go. We're going to go add the, so now we're going to add the zeros. That's 0 plus 5, so there goes my 5. Then 0, here's my 10s, nice and lined up. 0, 1, 2, 3. And then I have 900s. 935 beads, because that's how many beads. So if I were writing this down in my text box, I might write 800 plus 120 plus 15 equals 935 beads. If I was trying to type it in my text box, because that's what you guys have at the moment. But I did it up. You always want to make it sure that it's vertical, unless we're trying to do it in the text box. All right, Fabrice has a collection of 485 basketball cards and 217 baseball cards. How many sports cards does Fabrice have in all? Okay, so I'm doing some more adding, so I'm going to go ahead and do it over here. So we have 485 plus 217. I'm going to make sure everything lines up nice and even. All right, so I'm going to start with the left. So 400 plus 200 gives me 600. And 8 tens plus 1 10 is 9 tens, which is 90. And 5 plus 7 is 12. So I'm going to put my 12 there. And then I'm going to put my line and my plus. And I'm going to go ahead and say 0 plus 0 and 2 is 2. 9 plus 1 is 10. And then one more, and then I have a regrouping right there. I'm going to have to make another, there we go, and that's 7. 790, 600 plus 90 plus 2, 702. All right, so I would write that 600 plus 90 plus 12 equals 702. All right, and I could even, when I'm thinking about that, so I even had to regroup, even like the new groups method, even though I didn't need to. And then it says sports cards, so I'm just going to write cards. All right, so I'd like you to do the, hopefully you got those two done with me. I will go ahead and hold this as a place. You could hit pause if you would like to take some more time to write those down. I'm going to do 2 more without the word problems though, just to make sure that we understand how to write the numbers. I'm just going to go ahead and write these below because I don't need all the, I don't have to rewrite. So 600 plus 300 is going to be 900s. The 3 tens plus 9 tens is 12 tens, which is 120. And 7 plus 4 is 11. I'm going to do that, put my plus sign there. 0 plus 0 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 9 plus 1 is 10. So there's my 10 with my comma before you guys yell at me. 1,031. Okay, just going to do one more. Now I know you guys normally like to start from the right and regroup those ones, which we definitely would have. All right, let's do here one more. So 300 plus 100 is 400. Then we go from the next one is 5 tens. Don't forget that's the tens value. 5 tens plus 8 tens is 13 tens, or the same thing as 130. And then 2 plus 9 is 11. And now I'm going to now make sure those are all nicely lined up. So 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. And 4 plus 1 is 5. 541. Now I know this is a new system. Some of you are going to love it. Some of you are not so much. If you want to, once you've gotten your answers, tried it this way. If you want to go back and you want to use a calculator to double check your answers, I will allow that to happen today. So if you'd like to use a calculator after you've finished, if you want to double check that you did them right or not, go ahead. Now, if I was doing this one on my workbook page, I would write 900 plus 120 plus 11 equals 1,031. That's how I might type it in the text box. Or, and this one I might write 400 plus 130 plus 11 equals 541 if I was trying to type it in my text box. So I would like you today, go ahead and send me a picture. You don't even have to put anything into Google Slides if you don't want to. If you want to just type them up and put today's work in take a picture of a photo of your page. It's only 1 through 4. So you're just going to do 4 problems for me, trying to do it in show all totals if you can. And go ahead and send that to me. Or just attach it to your assignment, and I will see it that way. You can just take pictures. If you want to type it out in the Google form, you can do it that way, or in the Google Slides. That's okay. All right, friends, give this a try. I know it's something new. Parents are probably not going to be too familiar with this. This is a different way that people around the world use, not necessarily something your parents learned how to do. So if they're like, heck, I don't know how to do that, go ahead and just do the best you can. Double check it with the calculator or with the old-fashioned U.S. standard method. All right, thanks, friends. We'll see you tomorrow.